Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to Coffee with the Maries, February 17th, where we're going to be going over February 9th through February 15th current events. I don't know what all this is about this morning, but I've already had a little bit of coffee, so that might be why I keep doing that, so I'll try to stop.
From over here, 'cause I definitely need some energy because I ain't gotten. I'm running on fumes. Even with my coffee, I did have time to get my coffee this morning, and still running on fumes.
Well, listen, I'm grateful for that coffee because I know that you without that coffee means that I'm going to be talking the entire episode.
No, if I
So
have a little
thank
bit of
goodness
coffee.
for that gas station.
The BP.
So today is National Random Acts of Kindness Day. So keep that in mind while you're out and about today. It's a fresh Saturday. There's going to be lots of people out. It does not hurt you at all to be kind to someone.
No, it really doesn't.
You know, and you never know what people are going through. Yes. You know, you see the old lady struggling to get the card out at the grocery store. Get it out for her. Don't stand there and stare at her struggle. You know, it's Random Acts of Kindness Day. Do something. It can be this tiny or this big. I don't care. But just remember that other people exist in this world and they too are struggling just as bad as us.
Right.
So
everybody's going through something. Everybody is going through something. They might not be going through the same thing you're going or anything that you can imagine, but everybody got something that they're dealing with, and a simple how you doing
absolutely.
Or hello, how you doing can really change the way that they're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, and there's so many random little things you can do. So just keep it in mind today as you're going about your day that, you know, if you have the opportunity to be nice or be kind to someone, just do it.
Yes.
Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it.
But be cautious if you do it with a hug, because most people don't like hugs. If you randomly
Sheena said that because she don't like hugs, y'all. Okay, I like hugs. I'll hug you. I mean, even through COVID, I was one of those random people that would be like, "Give me a hug," and people would be like, "No, COVID," and I'd be like, "Oh, my bad, air hug, I guess, air hug."
Right. You randomly walk up to me with a hug, I'm punching your throat. Right.
Listen, I don't even be giving Sheena hugs, y'all. You just dap her up. How you doing? So we got 4 random topics today. You know, as always, you know, there's something in there, you know, about underwater because we love to see Sheena's reaction to that.
Yeah, I keep messing with the water people. So, okay, we're going to see what's in the water today. What the water people got in store this week. The water people making a comeback.
It's not about people this time. Anyway, so we'll move forward. The first thing that I want to talk about is something that I think should have happened a long time ago. However, Mississippi lawmakers have introduced a bill that would increase the oversight of law enforcement officers and give state authorities more power to punish misconduct amongst officers. Why hasn't this been going on nationwide forever? You know, this law is going to give the state agency that certifies law enforcement the ability to investigate claims of misconduct instead of it being investigated by their own departments.
It should have been done, but, you know, that wasn't at the top of their priority list. So,
and all I can think is how many things would have been avoided? Like, how many times do we see of read of an officer shooting and find out that he had 12 claims of misconduct the year before? And I'm just like, why isn't this already going on? Why isn't this already a thing? Yes. Yeah. So I'm not sure why it wasn't already a thing. And I'm not in Mississippi.
I'm about to say, why is it only in Mississippi? It should be a national thing.
So, and once usually a state introduces a bill, then they try to start introducing it, you know, I was about to say globally, but we don't control the whole globe, y'all. They try to start introducing it federally, But my thing is like, yeah, like, why is it just Mississippi? Because I would love for that to be the case where I live. And I know Sheena would there, because South Carolina is horrible with racism with cops.
Right.
So
and I
I
have
feel
a
like this should have
teenage son
happened.
that's getting ready to go out in the world, and I'm
And
nervous.
listen, I volunteer, Mississippi, okay? I volunteer to be part of that team to investigate. So you just reach out to me here on Coffee with the Maries, and I will come investigate for you, okay? Like, we
We
got
like
this.
to investigate.
And me and Sheena will do it live, too, so that everybody knows. We got you.
I love research.
You just, anytime you have a claim, you just put them on the podcast with us, and me and her will question and dig and figure out everything we need to figure out about them.
Right.
And you'll have your answers, man.
For real.
Between Sheena and me, because my questions are going to be like more personality based, and Sheena's going to be like, so tell me what happened.
Yeah.
You know, she wants all the facts, and I want to see if your personality would do that.
Yeah.
So we got you,
I'm
Mississippi.
See if it logically makes sense. Be like, this doesn't
see,
really
and that'd
go
be the
together.
hard part for me, because, you know, sometimes things make sense, but sometimes they don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and nobody's saying that you tried to be a horrible person, but it doesn't matter if in the heat of the moment you became a horrible person. You know, so I think it's something we should do federally.
That's why we make good partners, because that's why we yin and yang, okay?
Right, because together we could probably be like the perfect person.
Mm-hmm.
But apart, she's very businesslike and I'm very hippie.
Right.
So she's like, question everybody, and I'm like, love everybody.
I would be like, logically, this makes sense. This doesn't make sense. And I don't know why you did this. And you're going to be like, well, personality-wise, this is why he did it.
Right. I'm going to be like, when he was in 4th grade, someone stole his chocolate milk. And their name was Frank. And that's why this happened.
I'm going to be like, bitch, get over it.
Oh, that's funny.
It doesn't need to come out right now in your
Listen,
adulthood.
we are 6 minutes into the podcast and she's already made us explicit. I'm telling y'all, it is so funny to me.
You time me like last time. Listen, these stories.
Last time we made it like 3 minutes in, like it wasn't even. But that's okay. That's okay. We go explicit almost every week because of this, because we don't censor what we say.
Just know that I'm not the one picking the topics, okay?
It is me, y'all. It is. I actually pick the topics on Thursdays. And I don't even tell Sheena about them. I tell her like what national day it is and our wormhole and stuff like that. But me and her have no conversations prior to this podcast about these topics at all. And I dig, because I don't, every once in a while, like today we're going to go over a major story, but I don't like to really hit the major stories. I try to find stuff that people aren't talking about a lot.
Right.
But there is a major story I want to hit, and there's a reason I want to hit it. We're actually, you know what? Did you hear about the church shooting?
No.
And she's saying no, y'all, because she doesn't watch news at all. And I don't watch it either. I research it on Thursdays.
I might scroll social media maybe like once or twice a week, actually.
And they're not really talking about it on social media either.
Yeah, that's what I say. These stories, they're not really talking about on like mainstream social media. So I pretty much probably ain't heard of it because I don't watch the news. But
so, do you know who Joel Osteen is?
Yeah, hold on. Yes, I want to say he's that. Let me get my words right. He's the guy that does the preaching.
Yes. So his church, you know, he has one of those mega churches that is like live on the TV and stuff like that. It has like 45,000 members. His church was shot up.
Well, who want to do that?
So, all right. So it's the church is out there, and
he was pretty. From what I know, I never really heard anything bad about him.
Right. Well, and that's I can't ever say I have either. He's one of the few preachers that are on TV that you haven't heard something really negative about or a secret about.
Right. Yeah, because all of these mega churches and all these, once you get to the mega church area, then you're under scrutiny, and there's always somebody's like putting the spotlight on you for something that you did because you ain't following exactly what the Bible says. So
I just realized all my baby's hairs were sticking up completely straight, so it made me uncomfortable. So, all right.
Yeah, my hair going all in its own direction today, but my coffee ain't kicked in enough to care.
Maybe that's it. Maybe my coffee kicked in enough for me to realize it. But yeah, so someone shot up his church. Who it was? All right, her name was, and I'm probably gonna mess it up, but it was Janice Moreno. And she's 36 years old. Now, this is my first thing. All right. This lady had a very long history of mental health.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So she walks up to this church in a trench coat with an AR-15.
That's a telltale sign somebody's about to do something they ain't got no business doing is they got the trench coat on.
And she was walking into, this was about 2 p.m. She was walking into the Spanish-speaking session of the church, which they do later in the afternoon for everyone that doesn't speak English. And
okay, cool.
Not only did she walk in there, she walked in there with her 7-year-old son.
That's bananas.
She opened fire. The only person that she shot was a 57-year-old man.
Was she just gunning from that one, or did she just shoot up the whole church?
She was just shooting.
Oh, and he was to be hit.
Yeah, he was hitting his leg, and rest his soul, he did pass away. Condolences to his family. However, this is why I'm bringing this to the attention, because her 7-year-old son got shot in the head in this process. Not necessarily when she was shooting, but then, so there are people out in Texas around this mega church, police officers, that when they're off duty, they do security for the church.
Right.
And that's so, of course, within 14 minutes, they were there at the church. Like, they were out, like, on the ground. So they were right where she was, and they were able to fire on her and kill her right there at the scene. They have yet to release if the bullet that killed the 7-year-old son was her bullet or the police's bullet.
Well, why is that not been able to be determined? It's a simple ballistic run. Run your ballistic test.
So because he was shot in the head and he immediately went into whatever hospital, they said, at first they were saying they couldn't remove the bullet.
Okay, well, he's already deceased. Do an autopsy and remove the bullet.
So at the time that all this was happening, he hadn't actually passed away yet. He has passed since. But when I was looking at this on Thursday, I seen that they had said that they didn't know if it was police fire or her fire that killed the son. And so I started looking for it everywhere. And it's not listed anywhere. And all it's saying is that he got caught in the crossfire.
That's probably right. Where are they going to leave it at? Because they don't want no bad play. I don't think
that's fair. And I'm not saying that the police officer should be charged or anything like that. But I feel like a 7-year-old's life was taken. Clearly his mom has mental issues. But if they could have avoided or pulled him away to then take her down, that should have been the option.
To protect. Why would you shoot? Was she shooting back at the police when the police were shooting? And now I'm thinking, like, she has mental health, so how much help did she get before she went off the wall?
So this is the thing, like, I don't even understand this either, because I was reading a little bit more about it, and they were saying, like, she had like, very extreme mental health disorders for the last 10 years. Why was she able to purchase an AR-15? Because she had it legally.
Man, this just makes me want to go harder in in my strive this year to bring light to mental health disorders, because this is just crazy how much incidents could be avoided if we just had more care for mental health before things get bad, before people lose their mind and go take innocent lives, or innocent people have to die because they're not getting the care that they need.
Right.
And we already know that there's
so
issues,
important.
there's disorders, and we know how to treat them. There's treatments out there, so why are we not doing anything?
And that's the hardest part, if you do like the research and stuff, and me and Sheena know this because we've done the research because of our mental health podcast at the first Saturday of every month. But we know this because of that research, but there are so many people that don't get the mental health that they need because of the cost.
And that should be something that needs to be done about that. And you know what? I might have to sit down and develop a protest to get people to really look at, we need more help. We need funding. Like, how much money did they spend on that damn wall they trying to build to keep people out of Texas?
Yeah.
Billions. And you're not giving anything.
But how much money have we given to other countries?
And you're not doing anything for the people that's right here in your country that you're supposed to be looking out for first and foremost. And mental health is a big concern.
And I can tell you,
all that funding can go into to help
exactly. And like out here, the issue for me, like I want to get back into therapy, but the issue for me isn't that I don't have the money to do it. The issue is that there is not a therapist within 50 minutes of my house. So if I want to go to therapy, virtually. I got to drive all the way out to Gainesville, or I got to be virtual. And I can tell you that virtual will work for me sometimes, but when I'm going through like really in-depth things or things that may bring back past trauma, like right now, I'm going through a lot of health issues, and trying to, narrow down my diagnosis. So when going through that, I really need to talk to somebody. However, the closest therapist they have to me is an hour away, and her first appointment is in May.
Well, you're going to need a hug before then.
Right. Well, and that's, so then it puts people in this situation where, like, if I go out there tomorrow and I have a complete effing breakdown, what if I do something dumb? Who gets blamed then? Because I'm actively trying to find therapy. I'm actively taking the medicine I'm prescribed. I'm actively doing everything I'm supposed to do, and I still don't feel heard. So I'm not trying to say what she did was right, but she might have been at that level. She might have been at that level where nobody was listening, and maybe she felt like God wasn't listening too. And she did something dumb. And I'm not excusing what she's done or justifying it at all. But I do know that her 7-year-old son did not deserve to die that day.
Really?
And I know that if she was alive, she would have never wanted that. Because clearly she kept that 7-year-old alive.
Option. Yeah, she probably felt like she had no other option but to do what she did just to get somebody to notice her,
which is sad.
That's what people, most of the time, they go out and do these mass shootings and stuff like that because they want someone to see them. They want someone to pay attention, and that's the only way they can get attention, if they go out and do something to somebody else. And that's a shame for someone to feel like the only way they can get attention if they go out and hurt somebody else.
Right. And that is one of those things where, Sheena decided to, pursue the mental health push this year, because of so many people that need help with mental health and need to be heard and acknowledged. And so, if you don't already watch our evening podcast at 8 p.m., just remember the first Saturday of every month, we do a special shout out to a different mental health illness. And we talk about it the entire time. And we would always love for any of you that want to speak up on one to come on the show and talk.
Right. Because somebody got to advocate. Absolutely. You done messed me up with that story. My
That's
eyes
okay. We about to bring
tearing.
it back. We about to bring it
Okay.
back. We about to
Bring
bring
it
it. We're gonna
back
talk
so I
about the
can make.
water.
Okay, so I can make fun and crack jokes.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, y'all. I don't
'Cause
know.
I
It
was
says
kind of,
Sheena.
yeah, that was kind of deep. You know, that hurts my heart. It really does hurts me.
Well,
And
and
the
the
fact
only
that
reason I wasn't bringing it for the mental health, I was bringing it because it's absolute bullshit. And y'all know I don't
yeah,
really be cursing on here, but it's
I'm the one that
absolute
curse.
bullshit that they cannot say which person set that bullet that killed that kid.
And they
That
not
kid
trying
didn't
to figure
deserve
it
any
out.
of this shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, they're going to sweep this shit under the rug and keep it going. And those are the kind
That's
of little
what
things
I'm
that pissed
mad
me
about.
off.
You can't figure it out. You claim you can't. You can figure it out. It's not the fact that they can't. They can, but they just
Especially at
refuse
this
to.
point, he's already passed. Remove the bullet and see whose gun it came from.
Yeah. It's oh my god.
Because y'all don't have no problem
to,
removing a bullet
honest.
and doing stuff like that when you want to catch a suspect.
Right. And it burns me up that people don't want to be honest, or you just want to try to, what word we let on, I can't remember what podcast we was on that did the gaslighting. They're trying to gaslight us into believing whatever the bullshit that they trying to spill over this when we know we ain't stupid. Like, stop trying to play us like we're dumb.
Right. But that's the thing, is a lot of people won't question it. But you know what? We are questioning it. So I think that someone out there should get us the answer.
That's why some people don't like me, because I be questioning shit and I won't let it ride. Listen, this don't make sense now. This don't make sense.
All right. So, Sheena, you ready?
Yes. I'm ready for the water people.
It's not water people. In 2021.
Yes. Let me tell you something. If you go down there in that water, them water people down there are controlling everything. They're controlling the animals. They're controlling everything that go down in that water.
I need to make this clear. If you did not see our last podcast, when she says water people, she is not referring to mermaids. She's referring to people that are dead in the water. That is who she is calling the water people. Just so we are clear. All right. In 2021, geologists, it's geologists, not geologists.
I'm about to say, ooh, that's a new, how you go and be one of them?
Okay, so they discovered an unusual row of stones. You know, and like, if this was like 5 feet long, it wouldn't really be an issue. You know what I mean? But this was a half a mile long. Okay, so and that was back in 2021 they found it. It was 21 meters below sea level.
I got a question.
Yes.
Well, go ahead and finish, and then I'll ask my questions.
Okay, so they announced this last week that they believe, I mean, they're not sure, but after the 2 to 3 years of research, they have decided, because of the age of the stones, and so the stone's age is like 11,000 years old. I don't know how you figure out the age of a stone, but so the stone's age is like 11,000 years old. And they think that cavemen used to set these stones up to catch animals, like when they're hunting. This was part of their hunting thing. And so they would catch reindeer, and it really blows my mind that they said reindeer instead of deer. But they would catch reindeer using this wall of stones. They'd get up to that wall of stones, have nowhere to go, and then they'd shoot them. So, well, they wouldn't shoot them. They would arrow them. What is it? Yeah. What is that called? They would,
I guess that's right. It's a bow and arrow back in that day.
Or spear them.
11,000 years ago. Yeah, they probably had a slingshot with something in it.
I need to know what your questions are.
Girl, this is so bananas. Okay, my first question is, okay, obviously, because we're not dumb, so obviously when they built this wall of stones, it wasn't underwater. Okay?
Right. Well, no, we know it wasn't underwater, but water retracts like 2 to 3 inches on the land every year.
Right. So they found this wall of stones. So this wall of stones is now not underwater? Or is it underwater?
No, it is underwater now. It wasn't before.
It is underwater now. Okay,
correct.
So that's what I was thinking. So who the hell went down there and counted to know that it's approximately 1,500 stones? Like, why would you care to go under. See, why are we wasting time and energy off of stupid stuff? Them stones is underwater. Why are we messing with these stones? And who the hell going underwater to count them? Like, you ain't got nothing better to do with your life to go down there underwater messing with these stones. And see, that's why the water people down there, because y'all down there messing with stuff that y'all ain't got no business messing with. So why are we down here messing with the stones? Why are we counting the stones? What point is counting them is going to be? Okay, so how you down there under the water studying it so much to know that it's from 11,000 years ago? And how do you know it's underwater? So how you know they use it to hunt reindeer? And reindeer? I thought reindeer was fake. Like, what kind of species is a reindeer? Like,
there are reindeers.
See, you got me cussing now, because this don't make no sense. Like, okay, how much money are we paying geologists? Because they're wasting it. They're really wasting it.
Alexa, what does the average geologist make a year?
Because I'm going to go be a geologist, because all they doing is doing dumb stuff and getting paid to do it.
On average, they make $110,402 a year.
So we spending them over $100,000 in salaries to go down there and count rocks.
I want that job. I really like rocks.
I really do.
I have a rock with me everywhere I go.
How long you got to go to school to play with rocks? This is some bullshit, because, like, listen, this is why I get upset, because y'all, first of all, y'all down there messing with them water people. The water people is going to mess you up every time you keep going down there and messing with them. You're disturbing their sanctuary. Leave them people alone. Second of all, why we're wasting money, see? You're wasting money. Funding, like, you probably had the funding because you had to fund their salaries. You got to fund the machines to go down there and to count these rocks. So what use is that? Okay, now we gather this information to know that 11,000 years ago, they was hunting some reindeer that don't exist today, but they were hunting them 11,000 years ago. And they built this stone wall. Okay, got this. Makes for a good story. What the hell are we going to do with that information today? Like, how is that is going to help our economy? How is that going to help individuals in 2024 that they had some damn rocks from 11,000 years ago?
I mean, maybe someone can use this information. Maybe Texas can use this information for their little border problem or something. I don't
know. So they're going to build a wall with rocks? They probably could need to use rocks so they could save some money, because
1,500 rocks will take it a half a mile, man.
Because somebody went down there underwater messing with water people and to count them. So see, if you go down there to count rocks, if something would have happened, and you would have been like, oh, let's pray for somebody because they went down there to count rocks and they didn't make it back up. Why'd he go down there in the first place? No, because he's stupid. He shouldn't have been down there in the first place. Listen, so why are we messing with stuff in the water? Leave the water alone.
I got to be honest with you. So when I read this story, I was like, huh? Who makes this shit up? Like, I want to be the person in charge of who makes it up. Like, oh, these 1,500 stones on this wall right here, they were made to catch fairies as they escape coming out of the water. But no, they're like, oh, this was made, they made this to hunt reindeer. Well, why is that the assumption? How come that could have been time out for the cave kids?
You know what? That's another business I can start. And I'm going to hire you because you can be the geologist. You want to be the geologist? You can be the geologist.
I want to be the geologist.
And I'm going to be the person that comes up with the dumbest shit that y'all have to go in geology. Oh, I don't even know how to say it. Okay, we're going to go up. We're going to come. We're going to go. See, I ain't going to send y'all down there messing with the water people because I already know. Well, somebody ain't going to come back if I keep messing with the water people. So I'm not going to send y'all on a scavenger hunt to the water people, but I might send you somewhere else, okay? We're going down. See, y'all need to listen. This is a public service announcement. Leave them water people alone and stop going into space. Ain't shit up there we need to be concerned with. Stop going up there messing with the other planets, messing with all the other stuff up there. You're going to find yourself up there and you can't get back.
Really quick, I want to give a shout out to Sherry. She She jumped on our Facebook and she said that she was having a rough morning, but she's really glad she tuned in between the water people and the rocks. We were a great start to her day. So thank you, Sherry. We appreciate you.
We really do. Amanda knows what she be doing when she be flaring me up with these water people, because you know I stop messing with these water people. Listen, you know what? I died this week because, like, listen, I was laughing so bad. I seen a post on Facebook when I finally did check my messages. I seen it was scrolling down Facebook, and I seen a post that said, "Would you rather live with ghosts or roaches in your house?" And I was like, I'd rather live with the ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Because the ghosts, you know,
you can terminate the roaches, Sheena. You can get pest control and get rid of the roaches. How do you get rid of the ghosts?
You don't, but you can talk to them. But the ghosts, you know,
you can talk
in your
to water
house,
people too.
No, see, them are mad. See, they got a grudge. You know, water people be holding grudges because they down there in the water and they be jealous. So they be jealous and they be mad about people coming down there disturbing their sanctuary. So them ghosts in the water.
Sheena, do you realize you just invited every single ghost that watches our podcast? I don't know what ghosts be watching our podcast, but if you out there, shout
Amanda
out.
House.
No, yeah, you just invited them to your house. They ain't coming to mine. I got too many rocks. They're not finna come in here.
So you got a wall of rocks to keep the ghosts out?
I probably got at least 1,500 rocks in this house, though. I got my own wall to catch my own reindeer if life gets rough.
Well, send me some rocks so I can catch some ghosts, because I'm going to send them right back to the water. Listen, don't come over here, because I'm going to put you in the water. Go down there messing with them people. Listen, y'all, just stop messing with the water and stop messing with the space. We got enough stuff here on planet Earth.
It's really funny that you said space also, because we got one last thing to touch on this morning, Sheena.
And it's about space, ain't it? Somebody went up there messing with something. See, y'all can't just deal with planet Earth. Like, on the land part, God made heaven and earth, and he made the lands for us, and he didn't mean for us to go being nosy. Stop being so dang on nosy and to do what you got to do to maintain your life. Stop trying to intertwine species and intertwine stuff that don't need to be intertwined. You'll be messing with stuff that don't need to be messed with. You be going places you don't need to go. Just stop it. Goodness. No wonder we can't get ahead in life, because we doing stuff we ain't got no business doing.
So,
okay,
Sheena,
tell me about the space people.
There's no people again. Remember, we're not talking about people in this end part of the episode today. But I do want to let you know.
You know, the space apparently people, and there ain't a lot of them out there, so they know if somebody come up there messing with them, they really gonna be pissed.
She said there ain't a whole lot. I think there's a lot of aliens. I don't care what nobody say.
I ain't say aliens. I said space people.
Like, you talk about like astronauts.
The astronauts that get stuck in space and don't come back.
Well, for $5,000, they'll shoot your remains into orbit after you die, out in Houston, Texas. But that's not our story. Okay, so our story is that
wasting money. Give me $5,000.
No, because when I die, that's what I want them to do. I already got it set up with my best friend. She gonna go ahead and have me shot up into orbit. Like, that's what we doing, man. I'm gonna just be floating around the earth forever. Y'all gonna see little remnants of me in your stars.
Y'all just gonna be polluting the space with dead people. See, that's why we got dead space. That's where the space people gonna be. Y'all ashes up there messing around, commingling with the aliens. The aliens is gonna get.
Does that mean I'm gonna be part of the climate problem? Like, because my ashes went up there?
Y'all ashes gonna be fairy dust, and the aliens gonna get the fairy dust. That's gonna be their new drug of choice, and they're gonna get high off of dead people. They was like, you want these dead people from Earth? You really get a buzz. And they're going to be on out in space, collecting all this fairy dust, because y'all shooting it up into space.
That's not even the story. That was just a random fact I knew about the
And then the
place they
aliens
used
going to
to.
get sick because humans don't know how to eat, and they be eating other stuff that's bad for the body. So the aliens is going to be getting their own.
How you know what stuff is bad for the aliens' body, Sheena? You be hanging out with aliens.
I talked to them, remember?
I thought you said you talked to ghosts.
I talked to them too.
Well, you talking to a whole lot of things that people don't think exist. You ever talk to Nessie or Sasquatch?
No.
You got to come to the mountains to talk to Sasquatch, probably.
Probably so.
But okay, all right. So here's the news headline, y'all.
The actual story, okay.
They have found a super Earth.
You know what? Get the hell out of here. What are we on, the Flash?
Listen, for real. They found it. They're calling it T01-715B.
Who the?
I didn't name it. I'm just telling you what is named.
I'm trying not to cuss. Okay.
All right. So y'all, someday when everybody moves to T01-715B, the super Earth.
Because they're going to develop a portal that's going to flash us right there. And we're going to have Earth 2 and Earth 3. Because they're going to find another one. They discovered it
137 light years away.
The fuck? Who the heck? See, we just wasting money again. How much astronauts make?
I did the math, y'all. Oh, hold on. Let's Alexa, how much do astronauts make? Average is $81,000.
Okay, we could really have a lot of funding for our mental health people here on Earth in America if we just cut out some of these salaries for doing dumb shit.
So listen, though. I did the math. So 137 light years. So 1 light year is 6 trillion miles away. So if it's 137 light years away, they discovered this super Earth, and it's not far at all. Like a 45-minute drive. It's only 822 trillion miles away. How did we see this? What robotic item do we have down here that is taking us 822 trillion miles away to discover the super Earth?
Since we're already explicit, I'm just going to go ahead and say what I want to say.
Okay.
Who ain't got nothing better to do than go and try to fucking research a fucking planet 137 light years away, trillion miles away? Like, you ain't got nothing better to do with your salary, your time. We need to fire you. Because why are you up there messing with shit? Or why you ain't doing nothing? How is that gonna help us? That there's a planet 3 trillion miles away.
I want to know who, because they found it with like this little robot thing or whatever. But I want to know who's controlling the robot, because I feel like my boyfriend really likes video games, and so I feel like he would be really good at that, like his own little space cadet thing.
They really paying people to sit there and play a video game to drive this little thing through space to go find shit that don't have nothing to do with us.
How else would it move?
Again, we're wasting money. Like, we're wasting money and people's talents. Like, okay, you're that talented, then you need to be doing something else to contribute to something, to society, other than trying to find a planet in space.
But what if it's real, Sheena? What if it's real?
What if it is real? Why are we fucking with it?
I mean, you wouldn't want to live on a super Earth?
Half the time I don't want to live on this Earth, so why would I want to live on a super Earth? Like, they got fried chicken over there? They got pizza over there?
I don't know if it comes with restaurants built or not, Sheena.
So
I think it would be a whole new Earth.
Okay, and they probably ain't got coffee over there. So what I'm gonna do with them? I ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, it's not gonna suffice me to do nothing. Where you gotta go? You got money trees over there?
No, money trees.
Okay, so I don't need to know about none of
I
that
bet your
shit.
cost of living is cheaper though.
Yeah, because it's 3 freaking trillion miles away.
It's 822 trillion miles. How long does it take you to go 800? Alexa, how long would it take you to drive 822 trillion miles? On voices.com. 15,834 and a half hours.
Okay, I take back my comment. I would like to go. That way nobody will come over to my house because y'all are not going to come over. It's going to take y'all how many hours to come visit me? Okay.
18,534
Y'all are not
and a half.
invited. Okay, so people will not come over and visit me. That's good. I think I might go over there. I think I might. First, I gotta find out if they got coffee and pizza though, because if they ain't got them two, then I definitely can't go.
Coffee and
So
pizza, huh?
does it have water over there on the other Earth? Because
Mm-hmm.
they might have water people.
How they gonna have water people? They don't got no people.
Well, they might have water aliens. There's a new species over there in the water. Then they're gonna go over there and try to find a new species, and you know what? They're gonna open the doorway to invite the aliens over here to us, and they're gonna come over here and they're gonna eat us because we're gonna be like some cheese sticks to them, and they're gonna eat us up because they're over there messing with the
How many
space and
days is
other planets.
15,384? Oh, Alexa, how many days would 15,384 hours be? From answers.com. 138 days. 138 days.
It's gonna take you 138 days to come visit me. Okay, so you're gonna visit me once every 6 years.
You're starting to like Skype? The Super Earth thing. I don't know if they have internet. I wouldn't think that they have internet yet.
So why are we messing with this other planet? What are we gonna learn? What are we getting from this other planet? Do they have like a rock over there that's gonna, grow a money tree over here?
They say that it looks like, because it has green and it has water, that it looks like it would have the same resources that Earth has, just in a multitude, because it's bigger than Earth. It's a lot bigger than Earth.
Okay. So we're on a real life episode of Flash.
This sucks because I don't know what Flash is.
Oh, go on Netflix. It's streaming on Netflix. Watch you a couple of episodes. You got to get into a couple seasons.
Oh, it's a show.
It's a show.
Okay.
And it started off where, Flash is this dude. He got the speed of light. He can run real fast.
I don't watch TV, y'all, so this ain't never going to work.
Yeah. Well, I kind of got into the show, but yeah, it's this dude. He's like you. He's extremely too nosy, and he just got to try and fix everything. He don't leave well enough alone. And he done went through some portals, and he done found Earth 2, Earth 3, Earth 4, 5, and 6, and Earth this and that. Leave them Earth assist alone because he done opened up some portals.
I feel the fact. How am I too nosy?
Because you want to go mess with the fairy dust. I meant the fairy dust. The water people. You wanted to go down there.
I want to mess with Amelia Earhart's airplane. That's all I wanted to mess with.
Well, you take your butt down there, you're going to be messing with a whole lot of stuff because you're going to be disturbing people. You're going to be disturbing the sanctuary of Amelia's airplane.
So what about all the people that...
Leave her alone, okay? She down there in the water. She got her airplane. She happy. Y'all stop messing with that lady. Y'all can go down there and disturb that lady's sanctuary, and none of y'all going to come back.
What about all the people that be swimming in the ocean? They be messing with the water people?
Right. You go deep enough. No, them people is messing with the sanctuary of them sharks. That's why they be getting ate up. The water people don't come to the surface like that because the sharks got the surface areas. See, the sharks are the water people guard dogs. Okay? So you make it past the sharks, then you got to die because the water people say you done made it past their guard dogs. They don't have, shotguns down there. So they got to cut off your oxygen and make stuff pressurize and blow up so you can't come back because You down there messing with people.
Now that you just said that about the pressurized and blown up, how come those rocks never blew up? Why'd they just stay in a line for so long? I feel like that's a good question. I think they should let me go study them.
So you want to go down there in the water too to study the rocks? Why don't you just go down there and get one of the rocks and bring it back up and then study it? Why you got to go in the water to study the rock?
They don't want you to move it because it's a historical artifact.
Who the hell gonna go down there and visit it? Like, okay, on today's field trip, we're gonna go down underwater to see this wall of rocks. You would take that field trip? You know what? I'm gonna have me a submarine to go down there, and I'm gonna charge $25,000 to take you down there to see the wall of rocks.
I'd pay it.
You'll pay it?
It's rock, Sheena.
You and a whole bunch of other people will pay it too, and I'm gonna be rich because I'm gonna be charging $25,000 a head to go down there and show y'all.
There's not a whole lot of things in life that I like. There's not. But rocks are definitely one of them, and I'm very intrigued how all these rocks have just stuck together. I think they're glued. I think this is a new thing. I think they were
had glue 11,000 years ago?
I don't think these rocks are 11,000 years old. Listen, I got rocks now, and I take rocks and I rub them, and that's just what I do all the time. I can't help it. It's like my anxiety thing.
So I get it. You collect
and I'll put them in my pocket. I have like multiple rocks in my purse, in my car, at work, at home. It's just what I do. But I know that over time, they dissolve. And that's from me touching them, right? But I know the elements touch them and it does the same thing. And if you drop water, and I know this from working in construction, if you drop water in the same place on concrete over and over and over, the concrete will get a divot in it because of the water drop. So how are all these rocks still intact underwater, 11,000 years later? That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so you and probably everybody else ain't figured out that these people, geologists and everybody who get paid $100,000 a year to go dive somewhere and claim they're researching, is coming back making up shit, and y'all are believing it because they're in the position to say, oh, I can create a new species, I can create a new this or that, or make history, and nobody's going to question me about it because I'm a geologist and what I say goes. So they're making up shit. Like, I can make up shit.
I want to be a geologist. I want to be in charge of the rock stories. Yeah. I want to make up rock stories. I'll be like, oh, this rock right here came from, Queen Elizabeth's toes.
So what tests did they do on that rock to know that it's 11,000 years old?
I don't know.
What machine that they use to test it with that it goes underwater and works properly?
I would think they would have taken at least one rock, right? Oh, man. Do you know if they took a rock and that one rock was haunted, they would be haunted by the water people forever, Sheena.
Mm-hmm. You're going to open up a gateway for the water people to come to Earth, to the land, and then the water people is going to team up with the land ghosts, and we're going to be in some real shit. Then if the water people and the land ghosts team up with the aliens, World War VI, because I don't forgot what war we was in. So we just gonna be we just gonna be all jacked up.
That's how you know Sheena don't pay no attention to the news. She just said we about to start World War VI, y'all. She done skipped a couple of wars in the middle.
Right. I'm drinking my coffee, I'm eating my pizza, and I'm going to enjoy my life because we're all going to hell in the handbasket with gasoline draws on because we all messing with shit that we ain't got no business messing with, and the earth is going to blow up because y'all keep messing with shit that y'all ain't got no business messing with. How the earth is going to stand any longer if y'all keep picking at it? It's like a bump that y'all just keep picking at it. It's going to blow up. Y'all stop messing with shit. Y'all going to open up a portal somewhere and it was just going to be all sucked in to Earth 2. To Earth, what did they call it? T-267. And we're going to be on another Earth for the rest of our life.
T01-715B.
Oh, well, they really had a college degree when they thought about that shit, but okay, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to call it Earth 2 because I like Flash, and Flash calls every Earth that he finds Earth 2 or Earth 3. That's more simpler for me to say, so I'm going to call it a Earth 2. So we're going to open up a portal, they're going to suck us into Earth 2, we're going to be through 8 million trillion miles away, and we're all going to have to learn to live without coffee and pizza and internet. And y'all ought to be happy because y'all been fucking with shit y'all ain't had no business fucking with. We could have stayed here on Earth 1 and had coffee and pizza.
And on that note, guys, we're going to end with our wormhole today. The wormhole today
wormhole. I don't want a wormhole after this.
The wormhole today ridiculous. For you to look into on your own is Dr. Sebi. Y'all have a great day.